Hey everyone, in this video you're going to learn the best way to title your YouTube videos. So you want to win the click so that people can watch your video, and then you'll get more subscribers, get more views, get more leads, get more sales. So some of the other things that you're going to learn in this video is what's the purpose of your video title, and what are some of the necessary elements of a good title. And then also you're going to learn my video title writing formula, examples of attention grabbing headlines, some hot title tips, some also want to talk about the title mistakes that people make, and also how to measure your title's effectiveness, because when you know which titles are effective, you can duplicate or create similar titles and use them to get more views, win the click, etc. We're also going to look at some title analyzer tools and some of the best practices of writing good video titles. My name is Herman Drost, and my channel is all about how to grow your audience on YouTube so you can generate traffic, leads, and sales on autopilot. And even one video, one great title, a great thumbnail, and the great video can generate traffic, leads, and sales day after day, year after year, for years to come. And I've been on YouTube since 2006, and since that time, my channel has grown on a consistent basis. So many things I've learned along the way, and YouTube keeps changing things. But the focus for today's live stream, or if you're watching the replay, is the best way that you can title your YouTube videos so you can win the click. So I want to welcome everybody here. We've got Normal Drawing, Windows XP, Angels Entertainment, Star UK, and we're going to keep you can ask your questions in the chat, but I kind of want to get through the presentation, and if the questions relate to the material, then I'll probably try to answer them. Otherwise, we'll answer them towards the end of it. But I just want to go into my slides now to show you some of the elements for creating good titles for YouTube videos. So here we go. So what's the best way to title YouTube videos so you can get more views, you can win the click? This is a quote that I thought might be very relevant to you all. On average, 5 times as many people read the headline as read the body copy. This is probably more to do with websites. When you've written your headline, you spend 80 cents out of your dollar. So I think the main lesson here is to spend a lot of time on your headline or your title, as in the case of a video. And for myself, I usually try all kinds of different headlines, and I'll show you a little bit later how my process for how to go about that. But I thought I'd start off with this is one of the most popular and successful headlines or ads in history. They laughed when I sat down at the piano, and then they laughed when I sat down at the piano, but when I started to play. So that's kind of one of the famous ads of all, probably going back to the 1800s or early 1900s. But you can model a lot of headlines on that famous successful ad. So what's the purpose of your title, your video title? What's the goal of your video title? You want to grab the goal is to grab the attention, and of course, people are going to see your thumbnail in the search engines if they're searching, but they're also going to look at your title, because you might have a great thumbnail, but a crappy title, then you're not going to win the click. So the goal is to get the click, and you want to get views, get subscribers, get your video ranked in the search engines, because usually you're creating an optimized title, and you also want to increase your click-through rate, your CTR. So the CTR is when people click on your thumbnail based upon reading your title and looking at your thumbnail, then they're going to click through to watch your videos. So that's why it's so important that your title and thumbnail work together. And also you want to get your video to appear in suggested videos, which is free promotion from YouTube. So I think these are probably two of the most important factors, the title and the thumbnail. So you definitely want to work on that. So what are the elements for creating a good title? It should summarize what your video is about. For instance, you won't believe this trick for getting more views. So, that's kind of adding curiosity, and it's a kind of compelling headline for people to want to check out your video. It supports the thumbnail. It has to be scannable because people are just quickly reading the title. It should contain your main keyword phrase that you've researched. And then also a lot of keyword phrases that you find in search engines are not that exciting. It could be quite boring. So you want to therefore add something to the title, like an emotional trigger. So this promotes curiosity. And I think the key for getting a great title is to know your viewer's intention. What is your viewer thinking? What's in their head? And that comes down to keyword research, because people are typing those keyword phrases in the search engines, which we're going to get into a little bit later. But it kind of taps into their mind. So you always have to think, what's in it for me? Like if you're your own target audience, then what's in it for me? What's the main benefit? You want to keep your main keyword phrase near the front, because that has a little bit of advantage if you put it over having it at the back. And then you also want to use semantic keywords. These are keywords that are related to the main keyword. These are synonyms. So like how to grow a YouTube channel. It could be how to boost the growth of your channel. So, just you're putting different words in there that mean the same thing, but sometimes you can change the whole sentence, but the YouTube's algorithm and their machine learning, they're pretty good at trying to, think about all the different keywords and phrases that people use to find information. So that's good for you, because that means that you can create many different types of videos based upon a similar title. Okay, here's something that I found about how to write powerful headlines. I thought it made sense. Step 1, capitalize on the type of headlines that convert, and we'll get into that a bit later. Some of the ones that convert are lists, how-tos, questions. Step 2, captivate your audience with the right word balance. So we've got common, uncommon, emotional, and at least one power word. That could be something like a how-to is powerful. The best, the title of this video is best way to title YouTube videos. So best would be a powerful word. You can probably think of many others. And then step 3, optimize your character length for increased engagement. So it has to be scannable and easy to digest. So I think the The total number of characters for a video title on YouTube is 100. So you could use 100, and but I think it gets chopped off at about 60. So we're going to talk a little bit about that later, about using short, impactful titles versus a longer title, and what's the purpose of that. Okay, here's my video title writing formula. This is kind of the basic steps. Oh, hi, Chris. Simply Beth, Tech Money. Good to see you all. A formula, and probably you have your own formula, but I thought I'd just kind of go through the simple formula and show you some examples. Enter your main keyword in the YouTube search. So this is basically for SEO purposes. So you just go to YouTube search, type in your main keyword, and then look at the suggestions. So view the list of suggestions. You can add a letter before that main keyword or after the main keyword to get more suggestions, or you can put an underscore space before the keyword, or underscore space, no, space underscore for at the end of the keyword for suggestions, towards the end of the keyword phrase. And then you're going to look at the view the search volume. I highly recommend installing the Chrome extension Keywords Everywhere. I think it's like $10 for can't remember, like 30,000 keywords or something. So I think I paid $10 a few months back, and I'm still using that $10 allotment. It used to be free, but it's not free anymore. So that gives you the search volume, gives you some idea of what people are searching for, how many searches per month. Then I check the competition in TubeBuddy. It gives you a keyword score. It gives you the unweighted keyword score, like if somebody was searching in the YouTube search, and it gives you the weighted score according to your channel. So if you get a good keyword score, it'll say excellent or very good, and you want to use that one. You want to use the exact keyword phrase at the start of your title. So so that's why I used on this particular video, best way to title YouTube videos. I kind of, that's another thing, is that, when you're researching those keyword phrases, you want to keep in mind that you want to look for less competitive keywords. So if you're in a very competitive field like I am, then so I looked at keyword phrase like how to write a title for YouTube videos, or how to title YouTube videos, and that was super competitive. So I had to kind of drill down more and started using letters at the beginning or at the end of how to title YouTube videos. And so that's how I came up with best way to title YouTube videos. Found that is searched on, and it's also got the keyword phrase in there, title YouTube videos. And then I added the some compelling trigger at the end, win the click, that's more for the viewers. So so when it comes to writing your video title, then that's kind of the formula, using that exact keyword phrase at the start of the title, add that emotional trigger to the end of the title to give them a reason to click. And then you want to follow up with weaving that keyword phrase into the description, because people read the description. So if you can weave your keyword phrase again, so it's highly relevant, weave that into the description and also add it to your tags. So you want to make your video highly relevant from your thumbnail, your title, your description, and your tags. And tags are getting less and less significant now, but I think the title is probably the most, or probably second to the thumbnail, but they work in conjunction. And Simply Beth has got a question here about the what does Keywords Everywhere do that TubeBuddy doesn't? I think the beauty of Keywords Everywhere is that when you're entering your main keyword, enter a keyword in the YouTube search box, then automatically or right away you get the search volume. So you don't have to go to TubeBuddy. So TubeBuddy is not going to show you the search volume for a whole bunch of keywords. So it'll show you the search volume for that keyword phrase that you enter into TubeBuddy. But the beauty, I think the beauty of Keywords Everywhere is that you're getting the search volume right away just by doing a quick search with the YouTube search bar. And you can also get that search volume when you're using the Google search, when you're using what is it? What's the other one? Answer the Public. I think Amazon and some other ones as well. But basically, I use it for the speed of research. Okay, so weaving your keyword phrase into the description. So that's kind of my basic video title writing formula. And here's some examples. So I took the keyword phrase, build a birdhouse. So on the left here, when I put it into the YouTube search box, I got the search volume immediately said 5,400 searches per month. So that's really great. Cost per click, 0.5 cents per click. And so I got, how to build a bird feeder, how to build a bird cage, big bird house, birds and bird house. So you can see the search volume immediately for some of these phrases, but you can also choose these other ones here. Then if I put an underscore space before build a birdhouse, then I get how to build a birdhouse, how to build a birdhouse with popsicle sticks, with cardboard, pallets, sticks. So I didn't get that over here, but I've expanded my keyword phrase, and these are what's called long tail keyword phrases that people are entering in the search engines. So the good thing about this is that I've got my main keyword phrase, which is probably super competitive, 5,400 searches per month. But if I say like how to build a birdhouse, that's 5,400 searches per month. But I can still use how to build a birdhouse as my main keyword phrase and then add out of popsicle sticks, which people are still searching on, with cardboard, with pallets, with sticks, step by step. So I've still got my main keyword phrase in there, but then the longer tail keyword phrase is probably easier to rank for. So see what I'm doing there? And then I've got, if I add that underscore, a space underscore at the end to build a birdhouse, then I've got build a birdhouse in your soul, plans with popsicle sticks, in your soul lyrics, in Minecraft, how to build a birdhouse out of wood, how to build a birdhouse easy. So it gives you some other opportunities there. Okay, then down the bottom, I've got build a birdhouse. I put a B after the bird, after build a birdhouse. That's a tongue twister. And immediately I got some more words. So how to build a basic birdhouse, how to build a bluebird birdhouse. So these are all got search volume, 40 searches per month, 10 searches per month. So if you're starting a new YouTube channel and those other keyword phrases are very competitive, then you could go for a title like how to build a bluebird birdhouse. So instead of building a birdhouse, you could say bluebird birdhouse. And then I change it to make a birdhouse. So you could use a thesaurus or something like that to change it from build to make to create, use different words. So here's how to make a birdhouse, how to make a birdhouse with cardboard. So yeah, a little bit different. And then I've got underscore best birdhouse. So I use best birdhouse, best birdhouse designs, best birdhouse. So you kind of get the idea that you can use all these different combinations for your video titles. Here's some video title examples that I just got off the net. This is from Vsauce, where he just used a rectangular yellow rectangle for his thumbnail and then said this is not yellow. So kind of a crazy title, but this was done 7 years ago, but he's got 19 million views. So it definitely, stands out from probably all the other people. Here's another one, how to tie a tie quick and easy. So you got that one. That's got 38 million views from 7 years ago. Then you've also got this Mr. Beast. I put 100 million Orbeez in my friend's backyard. It's got 74 million views in just 1 year. Then one of my own videos that's got 12.6% click-through rates, doing pretty well. 13,000 views in 6 months. How to block content on YouTube 2020. So that's driving a lot of traffic to my channel. So you can see that these titles, if you craft a good title and a good thumbnail, it can drive a lot of traffic to your videos. Here are some headline formulas that will give you some more ideas. So you got the social proof title or headline. So you can put a number at the beginning, 14,000 users help me to make money online. You can have a testimonial headline, such and such helped me make $1,000 a day online. Sneak peek, inside or insider, inside the e-commerce industry. The W2F headline. If you do a headstand, David Rockefeller will give you 10,000. This adds a lot of curiosity. Hot button headline. David Rockefeller gambled away a family fortune. Breaking news headline. So you can say breaking. So if you have some news in your niche, then you can put breaking news or something like that. Snackable headline, very short headline that might target a specific keyword phrase. Making money rocks. Expert headline. So 15 experts. So you could say you got 15 experts in your niche share online investment opportunities. So that gives you some idea of the types of different headlines or titles that you can create. Here's some title tips that would help, kind of more technical tips, but you can use all caps to make your words stand out. So like in this video, I used all caps at the beginning, and then when the click, I put in brackets in lowercase. So sometimes, it's good to just keep testing different titles. Use brackets, use exclamations, use dashes, use capitals. Use a combination of capital and not capital, lowercase and uppercase. Experiment with keeping it short. So you got to keep it within 70 characters. That includes the spaces. So anything longer than 70 gets cut off, I think, in the search engines. So this will be on the phone and on the YouTube search. But so if you keep it short, this is good for subscribers. You can people kind of scan the headlines or scan the titles if they're searching, say on YouTube, to scan the titles. So maybe if you make it all caps or keep it short, then you can get that attention. Or you could also test having a long title. So you could have your very short keyword optimized phrase at the beginning and then use the 100 character limit that targets other phrases. So you could kind of switch them around. You could have a curiosity type title at the beginning that's more for your audience, and then a longer phrase at the end that's more geared towards the search engines. So for instance, you could have 6 hot tips. That could be like, your beginning of your title, 6 hot tips to get more views on YouTube. And that would get more views on YouTube would be your keyword phrase. Or you can put it the other way around, get more views on YouTube, then in brackets, 6 amazing tips. So, you can play around with that. View the titles from your competitors. Look at if they're getting a ton of traffic from a particular title that they're using, then I wouldn't copy it verbatim, but adapt it for your own use. And then you can also optimize your titles for playlists. So you can create a title for your playlist, and if that video or a series of videos is doing very well, then that playlist could rank, and then you could say it was how to title your YouTube videos. So that could be the title of your playlist, and then you could have say best way to title YouTube videos, how to write a great title, best practices for YouTube titles, title mistakes, all these different, put a whole series of videos in a playlist with a compelling title. And a good thing about a series is that you could possibly rank multiple videos for a similar title. Measure the title effectiveness. So why would you want to measure your title's effectiveness in YouTube analytics? Well, you want to see which titles are getting like a high click-through rate, high audience retention. So you can go into your YouTube analytics and look at the audience retention of that video, especially the first 10 or 15 seconds of the graph. Does the audience drop off? Are you able to keep them watching? What's the average percentage viewed of the video? So if you can keep them, if they're watching, say, like 60 seconds of your video, that means your title and your thumbnail have worked really well, and your hook at the beginning of the video is working well. So you want to have a great title, great thumbnail, great hook to keep them engaged throughout your videos. But if you get a sudden dip in the first few seconds, that then suggests that your video didn't meet the expectations that was promised in your title. Then you can also look at the traffic sources, so you can identify the keywords that are driving traffic to your video, and then you can use that same keyword in your title to boost the search results. So if you have a video that's doing really well, you can just go into YouTube analytics, just do your channel analytics, and then click on YouTube Studio, and then analytics, and then you can go to see more, and it'll show you the impressions, click-through rate. It'll show you the views, the subscribers, etc. So if you get a high click-through rate, that means your title and your thumbnail is working really well. So look at the audience retention, look at your traffic sources, and identify the videos that are doing well, and then possibly double down on the titles. You can rework the titles to create more of those types of videos. So if you have a video that's doing really well, then and I'll talk a little bit about this later, try to approach the topic from a different angle, and also use a thesaurus or LSI graph to get those LSI keywords, like synonyms or similar keywords in your title. So some title tips: use all caps to make your words stand out. So you can try that. Use brackets, dashes, explanations. Oh, I must have showed that already, did I? Okay, I think I talked about that already. But anyway, just keep it. You can keep it short, or you can use the whole character limit, which is good for search. View the titles from your competitors, and create optimized titles. Okay, some title mistakes. 6, in fact. You always have to think about the benefit of your readers. What's in it for me? What's in it for the reader? What benefit is there a big benefit in your title? So the title of this video is best way to title YouTube videos to win the click. So yeah, what is the best way to title YouTube videos so you can get the click and get a high click-through rate? So you also want to have an SEO benefit. So that's why you have to do the keyword research. So before you even turn on the camera, you have to think, you have to do make the foundation, do the groundwork of your keyword research. And lack of curiosity, you can craft titles. We'll look at this a little bit later. Some examples of, try to make your title curious for people to want to click on your video. You can do the same with your thumbnail. Lack of specificity. Well, that's a hard word. So make it very specific. Don't be too general in your title. And then no sense of urgency. If you make it urgent, you can even add that at the end. Something like how to build a birdhouse in one day. So you could add something at the end, how to get 1,000 subscribers in the next 30 days. So like if you add something at the end that creates, oh wow, 30 days, yeah, or how to get 100 views in one day, or something like that. That add specificity, add urgency, make it curious, add a benefit. That makes a big difference. So here's some examples of attention-grabbing titles. How to make the best apple pie without the oven. One of my videos that did really well, actually still doing pretty well, is what the heck is it? How to I can't even think of it now. Something about how to get 4,000 how to make money, or how to monetize your YouTube channel without 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers. So how to monetize your channel is like a very competitive keyword, but without 4,000 subscribers, 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours. So that adding that without is something that can make your title compelling. Let's look at some others. 5 easy ways to write a resume. So you could use that too. 5 easy ways. I could have done that with this video. 5 easy ways to write a compelling video title. 5 easy ways to write a powerful YouTube video title. 7 extreme fashion do's and don'ts. The secret, so something to do with secrets. The secret of, well, I'm getting a lot of ideas now. The secret of writing a great YouTube title. The secret of creating your own fashion designs. The best ever fashion designs video. So the best ever video for writing a great YouTube title. So those are, that pique somebody's curiosity. Best ever? Wow, nobody ever said that. The top 10 fashion mistakes you need to avoid. The top 10 YouTube title mistakes you absolutely need to avoid. So you can, use those for your own niche. Okay, let's look at some of the headline analyzer tools that you can use and that I use. So, Electroblast said, I think I have average title names. Yeah, I think we can all step up our title names. But here's some tools you can use. We've got CoSchedule, Advanced Marketing Institute, Thrive Headline Optimizer, which I use for my blog, TubeBuddy, and MorningFame. So just a quick look at these. CoSchedule is it says number 1 free headline analyzer. So all you do is you put your keyword in there, or you put your title in there, and it'll give you a score. It might be 20%, 30%, etc. But you can just keep on reworking your title and analyze it to get a higher score. Same with this one. You got the Advanced Marketing Institute. This gives you, I think it's called emotional quotient. So does your headline or your title add some emotional component? And then they'll give you a score. So that's also free. Then if you have a blog, I highly recommend getting a Thrive Headline Optimizer. So it'll split test the headlines of your blog. So you can create like 2 or 3 or 4 different headlines or titles for your blog post, and then you'll be able to see the traffic going to all those different headlines. So it's a great it's a plugin that you add to your WordPress blog. LSI graph. So I talked about earlier about getting different synonyms or similar sounding or similar looking or similar meaning words in your title. So you can create like 5 different titles that all mean the same thing but read differently. So this is called latent semantic indexing keywords. So these are the ones that Google loves. So all you do is you enter your or just to further explain that, because I just wrote it down there. So these are keywords related to your main keyword. Use them in your content to help the search engines understand your content better. So the search engines are pretty smart these days because they can understand quite well the searcher's intent. So that's why you want to identify different ways that you can come up with different titles. And if you can come up with completely different title, but it's on the same subject, then you can create a whole series of videos on the same topic, but you got a different title and you can approach it from different angles. So it's really, really powerful way to do it. So that's the lsigraph.com. And TubeBuddy, which I use all the time. And so what you can do is, and it's just one of the ways that TubeBuddy helps, you just put in your title that, you go into YouTube search, and then you get all those suggestions, which I showed you earlier. And then you just put it into TubeBuddy, and then you look at your keyword score. So for this one, this is a search phrase, best way to title YouTube videos, overall score, unweighted score, which is like, if people are searching on the search engines, very good, 73 out of 100. And then I think the weighted score was excellent or very good also. So that so you're really looking for that. So it says the keyword isn't too competitive, but it has enough search volume to make it worth targeting. So you can check your unweighted score and weighted score. And oftentimes on the right, if it's very popular, they'll give you other related keyword phrases that you can choose. So like here, most used tags, it's got how to write title for YouTube video that get views. So that's another, so it'll give you the tags too, different tags you can use. And then TubeBuddy also has a A/B split testing feature for your title. So you have to upgrade to the, I think it's the Legend version of TubeBuddy. So you can split test your thumbnails, you can split test your titles, you can split test descriptions, etc. So here I've got my original title, best way to title YouTube videos, win the click, and then I put another test title, how to title YouTube videos to increase click-through rates. That could be another one. So I can do a split test of those two titles and see which one attracts the most traffic, which one gets, which video gets the best click-through rate. So probably I think it runs for about 14 days, and then at the end of that, I can choose which title worked the best. Okay, another tool is MorningFame, and actually, if you wanted to get, let's go back here. Just something to keep in mind. If you want to use TubeBuddy, you can use the free version, but you won't be able to use the split testing feature. So you'd have to use the Legend version. But if you want to upgrade to the paid version, then you get 20% off if you use Herman's Buddy as the promo code when you go to check out. So if you want to upgrade to a paid version, then definitely use Herman's Buddy, get 20% off, and that'll help you keep the cost down. But MorningFame is another one that's great. So if you're trying to choose a topic for your videos, for instance, so it says you have a topic in mind, and then you can put your topic in there. So I put how to title YouTube videos, and then it gives you a bunch of suggestions. These are suggestions from the YouTube search bar. So you wouldn't have to necessarily go to YouTube search, but I use the YouTube search bar because I have keywords everywhere. I can see the search volume as well. So, but there it gives you the suggestions, and then you can just choose one of those and then go to the next step, which gives you the common keywords. So like how to title YouTube videos, how to write a title for YouTube video that gets views, how to title YouTube videos, how to write a title for your next YouTube video, how to write the best title for YouTube videos. So it goes all these different combinations, and then it's got the uncommon keywords, which you could also use that are being found in the search engines. Um, so how to title YouTube videos for SEO, how to title YouTube videos maybe 2020, etc. So that's also a great tool for keyword research, for researching titles. I think if you want to check it out, you can go to the description below this video. I think I put the MorningFame invite link down there, but I'll show you that later. What are some famous headlines that you can adapt for your own video, product, or service? So these are just some ideas that you could use yourself, like a very famous one, and I have that book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Do you make these mistakes in English? At 60 miles an hour, the loudest voice in this new Rolls Royce comes from the electric clock. So, showing kind of, I like that one because it kind of shows how whisper quiet the Rolls Royce is, but just by that description conveys, what the video would be about. How to fool stunt made me a start salesman. And this is the one I showed you at the beginning of this video. They laughed when I sat down at the piano, but when I started to play, so you could say they laughed when, you could show this to your friends or relatives. They laughed when I started a YouTube channel, but when I started my YouTube channel, so you could do something along that in your niche. Who else wants to be a screen star figure? How a strange accident saved me from baldness. How I made a fortune with a fool idea. Profits lie hidden in your farm. So you can kind of use any of these. I think I got some others too. More famous headlines. How much is your working tension costing your company? Get rid of money worries for good. Thousands now play who never thought they could. So you say thousands now get views who never thought they could. So imagine is another powerful word. Imagine me holding an audience spellbound with a great video title for 30 minutes. Lazy Man's Way to Riches. Some more down the bottom, I don't know if you can see those. You can laugh at money worries if you follow this simple plan. So anyway, that gives you a whole bunch of ideas of what you can use. Some YouTube video title best practices. So what's some best practices? Definitely you want to have a search engine friendly title. So doing your keyword research ahead of time. Make the title compelling for viewers. Add emotional trigger. Add something compelling to your title to make your viewers want to click on your video. Measure the effectiveness of your title. So is your video getting a high click-through rate? Is it getting a good audience retention? Is it getting great average percentage viewed? So look at YouTube analytics to measure the effectiveness of your title. Double down on high performing titles. So when you look at the videos that are doing very well, they've probably got good titles and good thumbnails. And then if so, then create more of them and put them in a playlist. So if you want to dominate a particular title and say like how to get more views on YouTube, then you create a playlist of various different titles but that have the same meaning to try to dominate that particular keyword phrase. But I wouldn't go with that one because I think somebody else is already doing that. So when it comes to finding the right title, you got to have especially if you're a new YouTube channel, if you're just starting out, small YouTube channel, you want to look for those low competition keywords or keyword phrases that you can put in your title and then add something compelling, something emotional, something that's going to trigger the viewer to want to click on your video. So you can put that at the beginning, put it at the end. You can try a short title, longer title. So you just experiment with that. But I think, once you've got, say, your first 100 videos on your channel, then you can just go into YouTube Analytics and see which ones are attracting the most traffic. And then you can double down on those particular videos. But I think the great thing about titles, you always have to work on kind of coming up with good titles. Look at your competitors' videos. You can also look at magazines, online magazines, newspaper headlines, billboards. Like I think I showed you that one at the beginning. Where was that? Let me show you that one. Like that. So this is like, big billboard that makes you want to get coffee at this place, whatever it is. So something that really attracts your audience. So if you have any questions, put them in the chat, or if you're watching a replay, put them in the comments. Anything to do with titles. I'm going to have a look on my comments here. Okay, I think to answer the keywords everywhere, 1, and then Electroblast said I have average title names. So I think, I think we can all try to enhance or do better with our title names. So it's continue. Actually, I'm just in the process of redoing the sales page for one of my products, and I'm having a hard time coming up with a copy. So I'm continuously changing the copy. So I think you can spend hours, but done is better than perfect, and then keep tweaking the sales page is good, and then test it, maybe run some ads, etc. So that's what I've worked on all this. I think I spent a lot of time this week just rewriting the sales page. So maybe we'll do a live stream one day on how to write a sales page that converts. So you can use that for your lead magnets, products, etc. You also wanted to show you. So if you have any questions, then put them in the chat or on the watching the replay. Put in the comments. Give this video a like. But I also wanted to share some resources here that I mentioned in the video. So TubeBuddy is a kind of goes through, it's like a blueprint for how to grow YouTube channels. Includes keyword research, includes promotion, how to set up your channel, etc. So you can take a look at that. And I mentioned TubeBuddy and using the promo code to get 20% off. There's the MorningFame invite URL. And then if you're looking for great software to make great thumbnails. Thumbnail Blaster is great because you can split test your thumbnails with it. So you can check that out. I did a review of it on my blog there at drostvideo.com. And then if you're trying to generate create an email list or build an email list with an opt-in form that you send people to, then check out that designer, which helps you to create stunning ebooks from from your content. So you can get your video transcribed, and then you can make it into an ebook, special report, cheat sheet, worksheet, etc., and use it to build your email list, which you actually will own. And then if you're not in my Facebook group, then that's the link for joining the Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/Tube Bootcamp. Okay, someone else, and good to see you. I find it hard to find what's trending now. In order to search in Google Trends, you have to already know the trends. So I find that difficult. I would say the answer to that is to set up Google Alerts. So if you have a particular niche, say it's like cooking, then you could set up Google Alerts where you get emails of trends. And so that's one way to do it. With Google Trends, you have to know a trend. So if it's cooking, you put cooking in there. So you'd have to know, what word to put in there. But you can also go to YouTube and just look at the trends in your industry. If there's a hot trend, then your competitors are probably on it already. But if you want to get there before that, then I would say subscribe to online newsletters, join groups and forums in your niche, and then you'll be able to see what kind of things people are asking and see the trends that are taking place. So you can also go to a magazine store, your bookstore, look at that. But I think the Google Alerts is a great way to set that up, and so you get alerts, in your box there, in your email box. So if you don't know what the trends are, then I would look at your competitors, see what they are doing. Oh, and Chris has a great tip here. Twitter will tell you what hashtags are trending, at least the last time I looked. Yeah, so that's another great way, is look at, go to Twitter and see which hashtags are trending for your particular niche. You can also go to Instagram and see, what people are talking about there. So just use those research tools to find out what's trending. I think one of the biggest struggles with coming up with a great title is, what should you say, where and how to say it, and how long should it be, etc. So I think that's why you want to start off with the keyword phrase that people are entering into the YouTube search bar, because then you know that you're tapping into the mind of your target audience. So you know already what they're searching for. It may not be a very compelling headline or compelling title, so that's why you've got to mix it up a bit and add some trigger or add some compelling words at the beginning or at the end of your title. So, and that way you can make it more delicious to your viewers. And once you you can also use those headline analyzer tools that I mentioned in the video, and then also just look at magazines like the Oprah magazine. They probably spend millions on trying to come up with effective advertising and effective titles and headlines in the magazine. So some magazines spend millions or billions of dollars to come up with great titles, and then you can just, maybe you can even create a swipe file of great headlines, like I showed you a whole bunch in this video. But I keep a swipe file of great sales pages, so that when I come to write a sales page, I can just look at that and just take elements of those to create my own sales page. So maybe you can create a swipe file of great headlines that you could use in your own videos. So I want to thank everybody for attending today's live stream. I hope you got some great ideas, and if you have any more suggestions, tips, or questions, then put them in the comments. Otherwise, have a great day, have a great weekend, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.